intermission. We have a special kind of intermission happenings here going on. So this is Sister Petra, and I'm going to let her talk about the sisters a little bit here.
What, you don't dare say my full name? It's a lot of name. Just that Sister Mary Fake dropped her nose. She gets to pick her nose often. We have a rhinoplasty at home. It's a rhino puppet named Rhinoplasty. So, for those of you who don't know, the shorthand of what the sisters are,
Nerd.
you'll learn stage spacing at some point. It's part of your training. But the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence have been around in the United States for a little over 40 years. Before AIDS was even known as AIDS, when it was still the gay cancer, they were there. Purely by accident, but in the process of wandering out in some crazy nun outfits, they ended up taking on that role. They began to care for the sick and the needy and raise money for the poor, for those who needed it. And in the process, loudly called out many people of the world at the time.
And now we're dead.
And in the process, the sisters grew quite quickly and covered Australia and Canada, as well as San Francisco, all within the first year. And then they shrunk very quickly. By the time the AIDS quilt, which as World AIDS Day was a few days ago, the first display of the AIDS quilt had 4 panels, which had on it 36 sister names. So, of that original group of sisters, 36 had already succumbed to the virus by the early 80s. We still have 3 of the 4 founders left, and they're crazy people. But the sisters have been here in Pittsburgh for a little over 3 years. We are 1 month away from becoming an official house of Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. And if for some reason we don't get voted in, we're going to do it anyway. So, as my name was mentioned, I am Sister Petra Pecker Pittapecco Pickle Peckers, or Sister Petra, or Sister 6P, which is my email address, if you really need to that. This is
Sister Leia Orgasm Solo.
because she don't need no hand. And we'll get to this one in a minute.
Yeah!
So, once I find my... Oh, wait, it's right here.
That's my friend.
Once I find my phone,
My friend.
and now my reading glasses. It's like origami.
Or orgasm.
Just don't get them caught in the eyelashes. Oh, by the way, this is Sister Mary Fake.
I think her name's Miss
So, to begin, I will do our invocation that we do at the beginning of anything. This summarizes kind of who and what we are. So first we invoke every none of the above. That's what we call dead nuns. Who has gone before us, and on whose twisted, glittery path we now set foot. May their fallen sequins shimmer along the road, and the white of their faces shine forth from ours. We invoke the spirit of radical creativity and universal joy that was known as David Bowie. In his incarnation as Jareth the Goblin King. And these are the 7 may-we's. On our adventures through the labyrinth, may we dance magic dance. May we help others shed their burdensome junk. May we wear plastic jewelry as fabulous friends. May we keep speaking to the rocks. May we not lose our heads. May we be helping hands. And may we give permission. And the greatest lesson of the Goblin King, never forget when to say, "You have no power over me." By the glory of his arching brows, by his well-handled crystal balls, and by the power of his ever-visible bulge.
Yes.
And just 1 second. No, you don't need all cock, bright, and beautiful. Oh, there it is.
Nothing.
Okay, so we are assembled. There we go. We are assembled here in this holiest of places, which has less holes in the wall than many bars in Pittsburgh, to witness and welcome someone new to our ranks. So, first things first, what is the mission of the sisters? You can use your own words this time.
To spread universal joy, to stamp out guilt, and to serve the community.
That's the Cliff Notes version. So, Sister Leia is our mistress of novices. Has this aspirant chosen to join our mission? Have they met the task set before them?
Yes, they have.
In that case, we start with something simple. Normally we have a veil. As you see, sisters have veils.
It's very small.
The only veil I have at this point happens to be a My Little Pony tissue.
Power of friendship.
Spread that wide.
That's what she said. You're welcome.
Okay, first, we also ask: is there someone here who you will have take under the who you ask to take under their too many pronouns, and not even the confusing ones like he and she. Is there a sister who you would like to be your big sister on the beginning of this journey?
Sister 6B, I would like it.
I guess that's me. Okay, so, aww.
Pick the puppet!
So, let's see. So, this is your veil. Don't sneeze on it. This veil does not curtain you away from the world. This is your stage curtain. Before it, you will perform. This is your freak flag, let it fly. I already said the part about our white face. That was an accidental tradition that grew from one of our founders not wanting the men that he was selling his other services to know he was doing drag. Because back then that was not okay. The prostitution part was fine. He raised a lot of money for the sisters. It was the fact that if they knew he also did drag, they wouldn't sleep with him anymore. It was a really messed up time back then. Not that some people don't do that now, but that's their problem. Anyway, that's where our white face came from. But because of that, so, smuts. This is not to hide your face, but to make it shine for all to see. This is the canvas on which you create yourself. We ask that you explore one hue of the Pride Rainbow at a time, and see how each aspect reflects the community and our service. For those of you who don't know, the original Pride Rainbow with 8 colors, each color had a meaning. We can tell you what they are later. Someday we'll actually get water from all 3 rivers, but we're going to jump onto this to our vows. So, I need your pinky. When a sister becomes fully professed, she takes vows. To step foot upon the path of a sister, you will start smaller with a postulant pinky swear. So, On balloons, you're gonna bang out a life. Oh no, don't leave big sister. So, you ready? So, we need your name. Ready? So, I.
Sister Ray of Faye Ray of Sunshine.
Sister Faye Ray of Sunshine. Do enter this labyrinth of my own will.
To enter this labyrinth of my own will.
To dance along its path.
To dance along its path.
Creating myself as I go.
Creating myself as I go.
To learn the powers of joy and guilt.
To learn the powers of joy and guilt.
So I may grow one and guard against the other.
So I may grow one and guard against the other.
To listen to the needs of my community.
To listen to the needs of my community.
This I pinky swear as a postulant.
This I pinky swear as a postulant.
Of the Abbey of the Abbey.
Of the Abbey of the Abbey.
Of the Trinity Rivers.
Of the Trinity Rivers.
That was a typo, we've been stuck with it ever since. One of the things that sisters have, which we inherited from our cousins, the Radical Fairies, who were founded at the same time, is sacred glitter. Sacred glitter isn't just glitter. It isn't just the powders and stuff that fall upon the table after we do our makeup. It is symbolic of so many things. Sisters' houses across the world put things in their glitter, and the glitter is combined with others and blended together and shared out again. So in the communal glitter of the sisters of the world, there is earth from below the post where Matthew Shepard was murdered. There are pieces of the Berlin Wall. There are ashes of sisters who have passed on. There are the names of every person in the Pulse Massacre written out in blood and then burned, and those ashes are placed in the glitter and is shared among all sisters. So it's not just glitter, but wait, fingerprint. So, behold the sacred glitter of our abbey that is tied to the sacred glitter of every house. Please add to this pinch, and with each speck of table glitter, with each sequin, you add your own sparkle to our abbey and the whole order. At this point, I would normally hand you a blank saint candle, which is part of your things to do. I just didn't bring one. But you are choosing to be an inspiration to others. Just as the joy you spread will grow your own, you too are inspired. Before you elevate to novice, we ask that you explore your inspirations and choose a patron saint to be a source of light that shines forth from you. That patron saint can be real, imagined, literary, otherwise. They've been some fascinating things. The last two pieces, we gift to a sister. We gift you a straw, because a sister needs to be able to suck whenever needed. And a fan, because a sister needs to blow and how to keep her cool. I present to you, postulant sister, Faye Ray of Sunshine. Now, buy some raffle tickets and win this bear.
But somebody's good round tickets.
I probably should give this back to somebody who knows what they're doing now.
I mean, I don't think I'm a good choice, but I'm taking the bike anyways. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Vic, I'm a Pokemon? Yes! That is true. They do throw out a ball.